guys, welcome to day 4. Oh my gosh, we are cruising through this. We're already halfway after today. So hopefully you guys are feeling good. I have these beautiful little toys that we're going to add in today. If you don't have hand weights, that's totally fine. If you don't think you're ready for it, that's also fine. You can just do these moves without the hand weights. But if you would like to progress, today I will give you the option to kind of add these. So I have 3s. You could also do 5s if you want to up it. You could also do 2s. You could do 1-pound spaghetti sauce jars, whatever works for you, but we will be adding these. Today we're really going to focus on some anti-rotational moves. So basically your core has to fight. Your core is really good at bracing, so imagine if I was to come up and punch you through the screen in your belly, which obviously I would not do, but you would kind of react by bracing your core. Or if you think about when you cough, feel that, how your core is, that's how it should be engaged when you're doing these abdominal moves. A lot of times it can make us hold our breath. So again, I want you to really think about that TVA breathing, that diaphragmatic breathing. So a little lift through the rib cage. Exhale, you always tilt your tailbone under, and then again, once you have that engagement, once you found it, your little exhale maybe opens your rib cage like an inch, maybe even a half an inch, and then you just keep pulling your TVA closer to the spine, belly button closer to the spine with every move you do. So I want you to keep that in mind, and I want you to just go ahead, place your weights by your mat so you can easily grab them, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are coming to that TVA breathing again, that engagement, just to get it warmed up. So I want you to go ahead and put your hands on your rib cage. Inhale through the nose, close your mouth. Expand your rib cage, expand your belly. Exhale, tip your tailbone under. Pull your belly button down to your spine. Pull your low abs in. Good. Keep that. Inhale. Slight expansion through the rib cage. Nothing huge though. Exhale, pull it in tighter. Hold that. Go ahead, bring the knees over the hips. Place the hands on the tops of the thighs. Press, 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 press. Inhale. Exhale, press. Even harder, lift the head, neck, and chest. Keep tipping that tailbone under. Feel the shakes. Inhale. Exhale. Press, 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 press. Give me one more deep inhale. Exhale. Press, 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 press. Awesome. We're going to stay on our backs. Go ahead, drop your feet. Beautiful. You should feel warm, yes? Go ahead, grab your weights carefully. You're going to go ahead, place those weights right over the shoulders here. So you should be looking at them. Knees come to tabletop, toes pointed. We're going into a dead bug. So right arm is going to release, left leg is going to release. Overhead, feel expansion through your rib cage. Notice if your low back wants to pop up. I want you to find that tuck again as you pull the knee back in. Pull the weight over your chest. And then go ahead, take it over to the left side. Really get some length through your arm. Really working to keep those hips on the mat. So the back of your hips, the back of your pelvis, your low back, your lumbar spine. You want to keep it on the mat here. Moving through this nice and slow. If you want a little extra sensation, you can press straight up, lift head, neck, and chest, or head, neck, and shoulders. Extend here. Pull it in. Remember to breathe. Awesome job. One more each side. We are standing up. In 3, in 2, and 1. Go ahead. Stand it up. We're going into a right single leg deadlift with an extension. So plant that right foot on the ground, slight bend in your legs. You're going to extend your left toes back, flex your foot so that your toes are facing down, extend your arms overhead, pause, find your balance, and then go ahead and drive into that standing foot. Drive the left knee up into the chest. Squeeze the right butt cheek. Here, your core is working to keep you balanced. You're getting a little extension through the back, through that as you extend long, and then drive your knee up. So this is really working our balance. Anytime we are single-legged, your core immediately has to fire. And now that anti-rotation, your left hip wants to open. You got to close it off by pulling in through the belly. Whoo. Stay with it. Spread the toes wide on the floor. Right booty should be firing up. Awesome. Pull the abs in tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drive that left knee up. Little extra core work here. Give me one more extension. Coming down to the floor in 3, in 2, and a 1. So just go ahead and find a forearm plank, but I want your forearms to be parallel. So stacking the forearms one on top of the other or one in front of the other. Go ahead, pop it up into your plank. So press away, lift the rib cage, tuck the tail, and we're gonna just go ahead and rotate. So opening that chest, rotate it back here. Working that frontal plane we talked about yesterday. So the bending the side body, again, we're working on stability today. Super important. Your obliques are working to stabilize your hips from bending, dropping down, crunching into this top waist, putting pressure on our hip joints. Whew, so this is great. If you have weak hips, if you're a runner, these side planks are awesome to do. Stay with it, stay with it. So moving through this, I want you to make it intentional. Try to keep hips lifted. As you rotate, none of this sinking down. You'll know you're doing it wrong because it will not feel good. Almost there. Coming back to that single leg deadlift. Extension in 3, in 2, and 1. Go ahead, pop it up. So left leg this time. Go ahead, left leg plants. Slight bend in the knee, extend arms overhead. Start to hinge forward. That was my right leg. Hinge forward. Flex your back foot, and now rotate that hip. Close that hip off. Feel more engagement through your left glute, and then start to stand it up. Drive the right knee in. Keep it slow and controlled. I promise you, the slower you go, the more stable you're going to become. Breathe. Moving with that breath. Again, pulling belly to spine every time. Stand up nice and tall. Stack shoulders over hips. Extend, extend. Squeeze your glute, close your hips, squeeze your inner thighs. Drive it up. Awesome. We're coming back to the floor. One more extension. In 3, in 2, and 1. Go ahead, come to the floor. So remember that row, row, spider, spider we did yesterday? Well, we're going to add weights. Option to add it, option to forget about that. Grab your weights, set up into that high plank here. Again, if you want a little more support, you can take your feet wide. Otherwise, I want those inner thighs squeezed together. You're going to go ahead and row. Left wrist to left rib cage, right wrist to right rib cage, left knee drives in, right knee drives in. Keep that beautiful plank position. So hips aren't going to be as high this time because you're elevated with those weights. Shh, blow all that air out. Keep tucking the tail, belly button pulled to the spine. I can't say it enough. Notice if you're sinking into your chest, press away, protract. Find that protraction here through your shoulders. So protraction means pressing away, so your punching muscles. Retracting means pulling your shoulder blades together. Little fun fact. Whoo! Almost there, we're into our last move. We're going into bear plank walks across your mat in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Awesome. Get rid of those weights. Setting up into your bear plank. This is your last thing here. So we're going to add movement to our bear plank. So knees underneath hips, shoulders over wrists, pop up the knees, walk right hand, left toes, left hand, left toes across the mat. Shh, shh, shh. Every time you pick up your hand, your hips, they want to drop and wobble. Your goal is to engage your TA so much that your hips do not wobble. You have your favorite beverage on your back. I'm going to imagine I have a Paloma with a salted black pepper rim on my back, and I'm not going to let it fall. Awesome work, you guys. We have less than 10 seconds. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your low abs. Keep it slow. Notice if your booty starts to pop up, I want you to drop it back down. Find that core engagement. We got 3, we got 2, we got 1. Woo! Woo! Awesome job, you guys. Adding just a little bit of weight really ups the ante. So we're going to open those hip flexors, do a couple stretches, and we are done for day 4. All right, guys, so go ahead and kneel on your mat. Left foot is going to step forward. Smash the tops of your right laces into the floor. I know I don't have laces either, but we're going to pretend. Pull your left heel towards your right knee, and then tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your right butt cheek, and then reach your right hand overhead. You should feel your hip open, the front of your hip, yes. And now go ahead and find a slight bend over towards the left. Reach the right hand. Little shakiness. And go ahead, release it. So our hips, lots of us struggle with tight hips. Again, same thing on this side. Maybe even grab your booty, feel it, squeeze it, tuck it forward. Pull this front heel back towards your back knee. Active stretching, release the left hand overhead. Especially if you're sitting at a desk all day, these are great hip openers. We hold a lot of stress in this region. I would consider this technically your core. Your hip flexors are involved in a lot of abdominal moves. As much as we don't want them to be, sometimes it can over-exacerbate them, but all right. Go ahead, release that out. So we're going to go into a quick 90-90 stretch. So I want you to take your left shin, run it parallel to the short edge of your mat, and then back knee, your right thigh is going to be, again, parallel to that short edge of your mat. And then you're going to go ahead and bring your ankle so it's directly beneath your knee. You're going to flex your feet so they are both at 90 degrees. And then from here, I want you to twist towards that left knee and then slowly start to hinge it forward here. Whoo, you should feel an opening through the side of the hip. You can use your hands and then you can slowly walk them out or forward. But I want you to maintain that neutral spine. So go only as far as you can without rounding. That is kind of cheating. So just kind of lower yourself down. You can use your elbows, bend them. Take an inhale. Exhale, go a little deeper. Trying to just relax that hip. Take an inhale. Exhale a little bit deeper. And go ahead, release. So we're going to just windshield wipe it out. Finding some internal, external rotation. Maybe pause. Notice if that internal, I'm always tight when I internally rotate on my right side. So I'm very aware of that. A lot of this stuff is just becoming really aware in your body and not ignoring it and not wondering, oh, why I can't do this, or I always have pain here, so I am never going to be able to do this. It's very empowering when you learn about your body and then you learn the things that you can work on so that you can do the things that you want to do. All right, it's 90-90 on that other side. Setting up that right shin parallel to the short edge of your mat. Back thigh parallel as well. Flex your feet, flex your ankles, creating that 90 degrees, and then slowly hinge forward over that front thigh. Again, maybe you're here, maybe you feel it here. That is totally fine. We are all different. Flexibility is more of a born trait. Mobility is something that you can work on and improve. Breathe and take an inhale, exhale, sink a little deeper. Releasing that hip. Inhale, exhale a little deeper. Awesome job, crew. Go ahead, windshield wipe it out one last time. And you have accomplished day 4. Go share it on the mountaintops. There you go. You have accomplished day 4. Go spread it on the mountaintops. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you back on your mat for day 5.